Hello, everyone. Hello, 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 hello. So, we are responding to Roland Martin, right? The news reporter, the upstanding news reporter, the man who takes no nonsense from anyone who comes on his program, the man who is always seeking the truth, because that man is all about his Black people. He cares and loves his Black community more than anything else. And so, of course, he had to give Tiffany, what's her name? Tiffany Henyard, a true and aggressive interview because she is actually doing things to the Black people that no white person is actually doing. But Tiffany Henyard did not get the tough interview that you would expect, being that she is corrupted, being that she's taking from the Black people, being that she is all around probably the most corrupt mayor, who knows, maybe politician next to Joe Biden, in this country. And the facts are there, the evidence are there. We've done her already. There's news clippings everywhere about what's going on in Dalton, Illinois, with Mayor and the supervisor, Tiffany Henyard. But Roland Martin, the one who always has the receipts, man. Roland Martin, who always has the receipts, kind of didn't find the receipts this time. Or perhaps he did find them, but he decided not to pursue them, but let Tiffany Henyard, how did he say it? Clap back. He wanted Tiffany to clap back at the reporters. He wanted Tiffany Henyard to clap back at the trustees in her town, to clap back at America, I suppose, because America has questions in reference to this woman and her corruption. Hell, her own townsfolk has questions. Her trustees have questions. And so this is what we're talking about today. So we're going to take some time and we're going to go through and we're going to respond to this Tiffany Henyard interview with the one and only Roland Martin. But before we do that, we're going to play it backwards. We're going to go through some of his comments first, and then we're going to get into the meat, just so you can see what his own audience is saying about him in this interview. And I'm sure some of you've already seen clips. I'm like 5 days behind, Raw. I'm 5 days behind you guys. And so I know you all have seen it, but this is gonna be my twist. This is me putting my stamp on mine. So we're gonna do it this way. We're gonna go through the comments and we're gonna read some of what his audience is saying, and then we're going to get into the interview of how all of this went down with Miss Tiffany Henyard, who is not also the mayor, but she also the supervisor. I would suggest, I made a parody video about Miss Tiffany Henyard before this bombshell interview happened. And so I will link it somewhere and in this video so that you can go in and you can see my portrayal of the ghetto mess city girl Tiffany Henyard. Okay, let's do it. Okay, so here we are on Roland's page. um okay, so let us see what some people are saying. You have tanked your reputation in order to let her continue to spew lies. Oh boy. You should be ashamed, sir. There's nothing wrong with calling out corruption. Very disappointed in you, Roland Martin. Don't know whether you think you were too. Wait. Very disappointed. Don't know what to think, pretty much. To think you were too lazy to know what she really did, or if you were too willing to support someone who shares your views, even if they are corrupt. This is the first one, friends. And right there's a conversation right there. Which one were you, Roland Martin? Talk to the people. This is your people. This is your comment. This is how you make your money. Granted, you just dropped a whole lot of grab. You just dropped a bag full of cash because you did not properly bring the receipts, as you like to say, to this Democrat woman. My bad, Tiffany, my bad, Tiffany Henyard, my bad, girl. I know you's a woman. I'm sorry for bringing you down to a girl, but you's a woman. You's a full-grown, fledged woman. So yeah, they don't know if you were too lazy to do the research, which, by the way, Roland Martin, you have a team of people, right? You have a team of people to go digging into dumpsters, to go digging into crap, to go digging. You got a whole team of people to find what you need, but you didn't do that. And I find it interesting that you didn't do that because if you guys remember, about a month or so back, I made a video in reference to Roland Martin's show about, now his name escapes me. I can't think of his name, but I'll link that video somewhere also, where he was bringing the heat. And you guys know who I'm talking about, the young gentleman who was a BLM charter president or something like that, and he came out and he said, he really does support President Trump because all of this stuff is too much. Anyway, that Roland Martin interview, man, people came for me. They said, oh no, Roland Martin is doing a great job. He's bringing the heat. He's bringing the receipts. Oh, you just don't know what you're talking about. You just don't know. This guy is weak. He's weak. Roland is just doing his job. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I got a whole lot of that heat in the comments. In reference to me, talking about how Roland Martin was really being rude and disrespectful and just pretty much, cutting this guy off at every turn. He just would not let him speak properly. He just intimidated him in the studio. Like once the interview started, you can tell like this thing was not going to go over well. Right. And so, but for this Democrat corruption woman, he ain't got no smoke. He ain't got no receipts. He ain't got nothing. And he lost his bag because you could have probably made a boatload of money off of this just interview, just by really just not even calling her out, but just basic stuff. You're a fail. So anyway, so that was the first one. Here you go. Where's the hard-hitting questions, Roland? If she were to represent the GOP, you would have held her feet to the flames, man. He wouldn't have just held her feet to the flames, man. He would have roasted her in the pits of hell itself. He would have taken her down into the pits of hell and roasted her ass there. Oh, yeah. If she was me, if she was a GOP, if matter of fact, he had the Moms for Liberty mom on there, roasted her too. Moms for Liberty standing up against sexual books. I believe he did. Oh no, he didn't. He had the Moms for Liberty. No, he had the woman who is against Moms for Liberty. Joy Reid had the Moms for Liberty on. Again, same difference. They're both the same headed snake. Only Joy Reid is allegedly female and Roland Martin is allegedly male. But that was a mistake on my part. He did not have Moms for Liberty mom on. Joy Reid had her on, and she was doing exactly the same thing that Joy Reid, that Roland Martin did to the conservative gentleman. So it's always crisscross with them. So when you have real corruption, like Joy Reid's interview, this woman is standing up and saying no to the sexually explicit books in schools for children. Like, we don't want the children to be, exposed to these things. But Joy Reid was like Roland normally is, brings the receipts, da 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 da, hammer her, hammer her, hammer. Wouldn't even let her get her points across. But that woman did a great job, and she really got her points across. But hammer her, hammer her, hammer her. And again, when you have these woke Democrats on here, they ain't got no smoke. They ain't got no smoke for them, right? They ain't got no smoke. In any event, fall realizations. Now this person is really making a funnies because the girl in the video, Tiffany Henyard, said it. They come for me for foul allegations, for foul allegations, for foul allegations. I hadn't done nothing wrong. I ain't done nothing wrong, but they coming for me for foul allegations, for foul allegations. They coming for me for foul allegations. So no wonder she cannot properly address it. She can't even pronounce it correctly. She can't pronounce it correctly. Okay, just when you think you've hit rock bottom, Roland says, "Hold my beer." My God. And how this lady got elected, she can't even talk. This is embarrassing. This person is absolutely right. Absolutely right. Now Roland, she's stealing from poor Black community. The median income of Dalton is $24K. How could you allow that to slide like this, right? He let that slide. He said, "Oh, yeah, it's only 224,000. That's all I make. I only make 224,000. That's all it is. That's all it is." Oh, Roland Martin, she making 200,000K more than the regular folks. 200K more? Plus, that's just her supervisor position. She still got a whole mayorship going on. That's just her supervisor position. This girl is making cake, y'all. She making cake, and Roland Martin just sitting there taking it. He ain't even addressing it. How you make so much money? But that's another story. There's more of us to go. So this is why so many communities with Black leaders struggle. That's a hammer right there. Yes, they do struggle. Corruption has no color, and they all need to be held accountable. So that is correct. They have no party and they have no color. It's character is the criteria. Character and morals. If you have no character, you have no morals, you have no credibility. Color has nothing to do with any of this. Parties has nothing to do with any of this. GOP people are corrupt. Many corrupt Republicans are corrupt. Many of them. But when you have somebody like this, when you're such a pro-Black, you're such a pro-Negro, you're such a pro-Black, and then you have somebody like this who's coming on your program and is making $200,000 more in just one job, more than the folks in your town, and Roland, you ain't got no smoke for her. You ain't got nothing to say about that. Wow. So this guy is right if it's a guy. Okay. As a person with an accounting degree, I can say that she doesn't even understand how basic finance works. Matters of fact, she doesn't have a clue about nothing. Oh my God. Yo, maybe we'll just do this. We'll just make this video in reference to the comments, and then I'm going to go back and make another video in reference to the interview, because I see that this video is going to be like 5 hours long if this is the way we're going, because I really want to address these comments. This is where the magic happens. This is where the magic happens, because this is where the people are speaking truth. Okay? Because we all know what's going on. We all know what's happening. But you, Roland Martin, is dropping the ball because you, Roland Martin, are not holding her accountable. So anyway, here's some more. Now, I would really love to come across a Roland Martin if he or his people or his team goes through the comments where he responds to something saying, you know, you guys, you right. I dropped the ball on that one. Yeah. Let's see. Roland Martin. Roland. This is at demos them oh wait, the mob seat. Oh my God. The mob seat. Oh, he edited it. Okay. Roland, you forgot to ask her about her arrest for car theft. Hello, somebody. Hello, somebody. Her arrest for car theft. Having a having a political rival's house shot up. Holy crap. Firing the police chief. Let's find some. Oh, shit. Sorry, guys. Trying not to curse, but let's see this. So there's 15 things he got listed on here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a separate video because these is too good. Okay, let's go through them again. Roland, you forgot to ask her about her arrest for car theft, having a political rival house shot up, firing the police chief, locking the clerk out of her office, refusing to allow the council into the government buildings, closing down bars who refuse to support her, the lawsuit from local businesses, refusal to release public records to the press, the police cars being repossessed, her being investigated by the FBI, Section 8 fraud? What's that about? Good Lord. Her food truck failing health standards. Oh my gosh, she had a food truck. She couldn't get to her CO or whatever they need to get her oh wow, her food truck failing health standards. Her skating ring that she went behind the trustee's back and put it in anyway. She has a video out. I done did it. Even though they didn't approve, I done did it. I did it. I did it. I did it. Yeah. Those on her social media. Where we at? 14. Cutting the future mayor's salary. Yep. He didn't go into that. He was it was already in somebody else's ordinance. It was ordinance already on books. When I got in on the books, it was already on the books. Roland, I'm telling you the truth, man. I'm telling you the truth. It was already on books. I didn't do it. Roland Martin. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. I don't know nothing about that. It wasn't me. And then it says 50% interest rate she agreed to on her city vehicle. Oh yeah, that's right. So she bought was it a Tahoe? Something she bought, a big a truck. And so there was like $55,000 or so in like interest. So she bought it for like 98,000 or something like that, and then the interest, and then it came out to $149,000. Roland he ain't even talk about that. Whoever this was, the mob seat. That was cool, mob seat. This was great. God, these are videos all in themselves. All of these are videos all in themselves. Wow. This girl is I thought Fannie Willis was the girl that keeps on giving. This is crazy. So